tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was this weather woman. You can come as a pilot, you stay kind of quiet, but you know you love watching MySpace. So put your cone head shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. You got Mike's web page. You know he'll be tracking every move it makes. Mike's web page. You know he won't let the song get blown away. Is that Blobby Bobby? I think that's Juicy Jerry. Yeah, Mike, throw a party, man.
What's up? It's working. I just told Julie, I'm like, my goodness, we haven't been live since forever. it's the busy month for me. February is a lot of chaos every year. So it's normal that we don't have much of a schedule right now. And that'll change soon enough. But we're live today. And we'll have 20 people watching us. Plus Louie. When I'm gone for 10 days, the dogs are in their, I don't know, you could say boarded up kennel. I don't know. The dog hotel. But they were so happy yesterday. They were just so content. They were like, oh, my family's home. Right, Louie? You good boy. So, well, hope you're doing good. We got a little bit of weather to talk about. Not a lot going on out there, I will admit. Just cold air. Now that's gone. And here we are. We got Daytona this weekend. We're going to get into it. Not really much going on. Morgan, good morning over there. Beautiful day, Natalie. What's up now? I'm reading some comments here. Chrissy, good morning. Ready for some hot weather, Morgan? Yep. Morning, Bill. Lyndon down in Tallahassee. What's up, Jess from Ohio? Richard Reimer. Sorry. How's it going over there in the Galley area? Valentine's Day coming up. Ryan Anderson, yep. One time, Julie and I both went to the CVS by our house on the way home and bought $50 worth of junk. And we told each other then, we're like, we're not doing that again. It was so silly. We could have just went out to eat and not threw everything away that we just bought. Ari Pekka weather. Where the heck is that at? New Smyrna Beach. What's up? Good morning, Cocoa Beach. Rachel, good morning. Valerie, good morning. Leo, good morning. We got a few people popping in. It's all good. Did my walk today. It was much needed. It's been a long time. I was not struggling a little bit, but definitely my 2 miles was not as easy as it used to be. So I'm going to be doing that again every day. So a few more good mornings, and we'll talk about weather and what's coming up. Nothing really cooking. Got a little rain on the radar this morning. Bobby, good morning. Anybody going to Daytona? We're going to Daytona. We got a race car. Jennifer, what's up? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well over here. El Niño spring, Ryan. Yes, I know. We were going to talk about that a little bit. Jerry from Galveston. El Niño could bring a little stormy action to Florida. Warmer spring jet stream pattern. Christina from Bradenton, Florida. What's up? Shelly, your only reminder. All right, so we got coming up a few things. Let me do my screenshot here. Louie, look, there's Dad. That's your dad with a mullet. Saturday, we'll be at Daytona. I won't even see Julie and the girls Saturday. Doing good, Jennifer. Very busy, but very good. Thank you. Keeping busy. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of expos. I'm getting so many requests for expos, and I hate telling people no, but man, I get pulled in so many directions. JB at Daytona, how about that? I'm ready for the warm-up too. We do need some rain. We got a big drought in Florida. Big time drought. 100% of the state is in some sort of a drought. This cold is terrible, Shelly. I was shocked when we came home. The grass is completely brown. Like everything got burned from that frost. I don't think it was the cold as much as it was the frost. But yeah, things have changed, man. That cold spell last week did a number here. Hey, Mookie Man, what's up, buddy? My right hand man. Did you recover yet? So, all right. A couple things coming up I'm excited about. We got Daytona this week coming up. Let me show you my race car. Right there. Our Furman Power Equipment number 38. What's so cool about that is I'm a big Earnhardt fan, so we got 3 and 8. I was a junior fan more when he was an 8, when he was Budweiser 8. But 38, going to be racing Saturday. I think 4 o'clock is the green flag Saturday. They're O'Reilly Auto Parts Series now, not Xfinity, not Busch. But that is an awesome looking car, black and yellow. Got a little bit of weather fade on the hood. It's got our logo on the hood, Mike's Farmer Page and Furman. Look at that. That is awesome. So look for that on TV on Saturday. And we will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday for that. Not camping this year. Couldn't do it. Couldn't swing it. I didn't have a spot. My guy that I've been buying spots from forgot to reach out. The truck's going to look like the same thing. Yeah, so we're going to be at the St. Pete Grand Prix, James Fort. 2 weeks. 2 weeks we're going to be down here at St. Pete in the road course. The truck series is going to be running our Mike's Farmer Page Furman Power Equipment. Furman Power Equipment pays everything. I don't pay a dime. It's a gift from Furman. They're good friends of mine and good partners. A lot of curiosity on the water temps, Ryan, but you know what? It heats up fast. And it's the shallow water. So it's I'm going to talk about the water temps in a second. I don't think the water temps are going to make any impact on hurricane season. Mark, hey buddy. Yes, well, I'll be over there, Mark, but it looks like that rain's coming. I hope it doesn't come before the halfway mark. Or I hope it comes before the halfway mark so they don't shorten the event. If they could start at noon, but they can't because of TV time. Saturday looks great. They'll get all their festivities in and all that stuff. It's just, when does that rain come? And my experience with frontal lines is they come quicker than models sometimes suggest. So that's one cool thing this weekend. All right. Then the following weekend is the Florida Man Game, sponsored by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So I'm one of the hosts. Me and Cletus McFarland and OMG Wicks are the host. And I am team GM of Pinellas County. We have a team entered. It's going to be Mark from the Pinellas Podcast is in the team. My good buddy Phil. So we nicknamed everybody Mark the Narc because he is the gossip guy online. He's the media, Pinellas County, telling you all the stuff that's happening. We have Phil, the Midnight Rider, because Phil is my passenger during hurricanes. We have Rowdy Rachel, So it's Chill Phil, Mark Denart, Ratty Rachel. She's a redneck rescuer. She is the one that actually rescued me and Phil during Hurricane Ian and towed us out of flooding waters with her truck. And she's pretty fit. She is a very active workout girl. That's Phil's wife. And then my buddy Shootin' Sean, the Barstool Bandit. I grew up with Sean on the bar stools, shooting shots. So we got a fun team representing Pinellas County, and ABC Fine Wine and Spirits sponsoring that Florida Man Games, the 21st. So head on down and check it out. It's going to be amazing. They're running from the cops. We got a hurricane party. I think we talked about Rachel being on that because she can run and dump your stuff out of your cart. So one more thing we're going to talk about, then we're getting right into the weather. Cool, Kathy. Yeah, it's going to be a great week at Daytona. It's just a little rain, maybe Sunday to watch. So I just talked to Kim yesterday, right? So we got our 5th annual weather cruise coming up. If you want to party with MWP and all of our friends and families, our 5th annual cruise is going to be in June again. The Margaritaville, my favorite cruise out of Tampa. But we're going to be stopping in Key West, and we have a bar crawl for our MWP fans. Okay, that's going to be so much fun where they actually have our own private chauffeur, and we're going to go bouncing between the bars in Key West as our MWP group. So we're going to put all that details together, and it'll be fun. Cozumel will probably be hanging at the Senior Frogs. They love us down there. They made a campfire out of my head the last time I was there, and the whole restaurant roasted marshmallows as my head hosted a fire pit. So anyway, all right. I love the Midnight Rider, Natalie. So there you go. That's coming up. Make sure you reach out to Kim. We got a link on the website if you want to check it out right here. The MWP Cruise right here. And she will get right back to you. She's awesome. Can't wait. Funnest week of the year. Woke up a little rain this morning. Here's current radar. Now, we got I always go to National Weather Service here in Oldsmar. Forgot where I lived. And we have 0 chance of rain today. But looking at that radar, it's getting close. A lot of that might not be reaching the surface, but still, that's moisture in the air. A lot of juice out there. Cold, rainy rains. The whole Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina getting a little wet. Tennessee there. Florida Panhandle getting wet. That's this little frontal line, nothing major, but getting awfully close to that Interstate 4 line. So anybody north up there in Ocala, Gainesville, y'all getting any rain? Anybody Tennessee or Tallahassee getting any rain? Panama getting any rain? So that's current. Other stuff we got put up here. There's our car. Let me close that. Sunday radar. I did this post earlier this morning. So there is a front coming down this weekend. There could be some storms on Saturday to watch up for Gulf. We're going to talk about that. But the timing of the race is very important. The Euro is the fastest. Unfortunately, the 18Z is 1 p.m. Eastern, and this is the placement on all these models. There is a little moisture out ahead of it. It could be a little interesting in the morning time of Daytona. That's going to be interesting to watch too. You can see it on the GFS here. So we're going to be getting a little bit of moisture pull up on the Atlantic side. It could bring some light sprinkles before the main event. So that's 2 double whammy spots to watch Sunday. But the GFS is farther slower, which is good news. So, 1 p.m., races at 2. GFS, Icon, and Canadian are all farther west. But King Euro, a little faster. And unfortunately, it's going to be coming. It's just a matter of when. Bummer. So, anyway, my chat's working good. What's up, Katie Haley? How you been? Katie, y'all take any cruises in a while? How's Greg doing? Hope you guys are doing good. So we'll dive into this a little deeper. There's your radar this morning. I posted that. Nobody liked my Valentine's picture, but temperatures this weekend are going to be warm in the 80s, 70s and 80s, way north in the middle part of the U.S. These are temperatures above normal, and we're going to be 20, 30 degrees above normal for a good part of the upper middle U.S. there. So these are temperatures compared to normal on Saturday. So Saturday's going to be hot, hot, hot. Warm, warm, warm. Saturday. Pretty much everybody but the Northeast. A little bit warmer temperatures than normal. So that's pretty interesting, right? Not bad, not bad. Let's look at the latest Euro and just kind of talk about it. We'll go to Tropical Tidbits here and look at the latest modeling. And as we get into tomorrow, a little bit of rains here and there, but nothing big. But here comes that front, and it's a low pressure. And low pressures mean storms. Here it comes across Friday night. It starts to get its act together Saturday morning. And there's your big question mark. Now, there is a little bit of rain showing out ahead of this thing. You know, always rains at Daytona. Don't know why. Need firm and rain gear, James. 14 days on the star. So here's the latest Euro. Unfortunately, we got storms possibly Saturday. Texas there going northward, getting into the springtime season. 1,000 millibar, not terribly low, but enough that it's low. Low pressure over land spins up storms out of the Gulf. And this is the question mark. It's fast moving. Here's Sunday morning. Like I said, we're seeing rain on the East Coast possibly. We know about rain on the East Coast. This high pressure flow here could be dragging along moisture out ahead of this main line here. So here's Saturday going into Sunday morning. And then we get to the 18Z hour. There's 18Z. This is 1 p.m. Look at all this rain and moisture. Some of this was wintry weather originally. Let me go back up here. We had a little bit of, they're not showing anything wintry. But, and there is your 21Z, which is 4 o'clock. So, there you go. It makes it through. Could have a little delay. This is overnight. This gets late, so who knows. Monday looks awesome. They've raced on Monday before. Monday, the front goes all the way through. This is all the way through Monday. A lot of talk about the East Coast. What happens on the East Coast. A lot of uncertainty on the East Coast. But there's our low that could kind of do that classic hook. Bringing in some backside snow on the top there. And create a nor'easter. This is Monday morning. So there's that chance that could be brewing for New England area as it pulls out eventually. Has a pretty tight low pressure system. Your GFS is your friend if you don't want rain in Daytona. Let's go to the latest couple of GFS. Here is your 1 p.m. GFS. So again, we're seeing some of this moisture out ahead of it, but this is later in the day, Sunday. So, GFS has been slower. Just don't trust the GFS. Front lines always end up outracing the models a little bit. So, good morning there, Ian. How's it going down in Jamaica? Joy, good morning. Flurricane, that was a new word this year. Salt. Flurricane. So, where does the star leave out of, by the way? Horn and Hope Sound, Florida. What's up, Bill? Other models, we can look at the icon. The GFS has just been slow. So there is hope. Latest icon, puts it through a little quicker. Not much quicker, though. Here's the 4 p.m. icon. Starts to get a little rainy around 4 o'clock. That's my fear, is we start getting rain in the event, and then we start racing halfway, which is awful for the fans. I hate cutting races short. Of course, the icon comes in to the evening hours, so icon is a little slower. Here's your 1 p.m. Problem is the race starts at 2:30. Icon's actually sped up a little bit more, making it not good for the race. Latest Canadian starts to get rain here Sunday morning, and the main line here at 1, and then 00Z is like PM. So it's a race. It's a race. There's rain coming. There's no doubt. There's rain coming. But it's still several days away. Now, storms, I want to bring this up. So there is a chance, Mike Anders, we were talking about the water temperatures, but still hotter than normal waters here in the middle part of the Gulf. Now, this is all the shallow shell areas here across the dark blue. It's very cold. It's 9, 10, 11, and 12 degrees colder than normal for this time of year. The shallow shells cool down a lot quicker. It's not that deep out here in this part of the Gulf, but it is deep here in the middle part of the Gulf. This is what ultimately will help fuel any storms that get going Saturday and Sunday. So this fuel actually is still warmer water than normal. Some of your SIPS models are actually starting to show that line on Sunday. Here's Saturday. Pretty hefty looking area here on Saturday. Could see storms, and it goes into Sunday. And notice down here in Florida, we got some dots. Not a lot, but we could see a strong frontal line coming in Sunday. Excuse me. So they're not really highlighting it as an area. They're just sticking to this particular area for Sunday for storms Sunday. But a lot of this is based on the GFS, which is slower than the Euro. If it speeds up, this will end up moving farther over to the east on that. So there's that, and that's about it really. Storm Prediction Center not talking about it yet. They are showing this for Friday. There's Friday popping in the picture. Saturday will definitely be somewhere here, and then Sunday will probably be something there. So we will get some Storm Prediction Center outlooks. They're just not introducing day 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 yet. Confidence isn't there. They do talk about it though. Upper level front storms Saturday, Sunday, Saturday night. Continuing across portions of the deep south, southeast on Sunday. Severe potential remains uncertain. Low wind hazard possible. So there you go. Got storms coming. Morning, y'all. Tracy. See you, Natalie. Thank you. What's your port? Hogan's Landing. What's that for? Port Canaveral. There you go. Shelly, did you get the studio all done yet? So, all right. So let's talk about. Let's show the draft for the draft. The draft. My head's thinking NASCAR. The drought. The draft or football. We had new drought numbers last week. And it's incredible if you think about it, how much Florida is in a drought. Really, the whole southeast here. It's incredible. Look at that. 55% of this area here, Virginia, Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, 55% is in a D2, D4. But when you really zoom in on Florida, that's a lot. Look at that. 25% of the state almost is in D3, D5. 79% is in D2, D4. 95% of the state's in D1 to D4. Only the middle part there, mainly from the rains that we've had last summer, kept it kind of nice. But man, that's a lot of red. Holy moly, right? Lots of red. Lot of red. It went up from last week, 10%. The red 10%. Last week it was at 14. It's 24. That's a huge jump in rainfall, drought. 100% of the states in some sort of a drought mode. So there you go. We need to rain. Cool. Pro shop. Retail. You doing retail now? So that's about it. Weather in a nutshell. We'll talk about El Nino some more. El Nino is definitely coming. It does alter weather in the spring. I had some good graphics from years past from the National Weather Service on El Nino spring storms. Let's see if I can pull it up here. All right, here's one of the graphics from the National Weather Service. So what does this tell you? Well, there's a long-term average too I wanted to show on the wetness. On El Nino, all right, so, oh my goodness. All right, so a couple things on El Ninos. Pull back up Facebook there and find my YouTube, Facebook. There we go. We're going into El Nino, Ian. El Nino. Yeah, Puck Stop. They update on Thursdays. Gisela, good morning. Thanks, Brooke Dawn. Appreciate you for that. They should bump it up. The problem with NASCAR anymore is the TV. The TV pays the bills, and if they have something else scheduled on Fox, they're not going to bump it up. They might cut into some of the pre-race ceremonies, which takes time, but I think the airtime is at 2:30. But typically the jet stream's a little bit lower in El Nino years, and what that means is we have a little bit more storms possibly dipping into the Florida Peninsula more. Not much, but enough that we could have a stormy Florida for El Nino. So El Nino lowers the storms, and they're a little bit more unstable because they're feeding off of the Gulf warm waters, which will be there. Rains here, these are anomalies during La Nina years, or El Nino years. And let me make sure that's the correct graphic here. Yes, November to March, El Nino precipitation. So this is really through March, but it just gives you an idea. This is, the blue is more rain than average. So basically, because of the storms, we could have a little bit more stormy weather into March and April. So that's a lot of this is about wintertime, but this is a graphic, November to April. This is interesting. I shared this a couple years ago. This is another good graphic. This is North Florida. Here we go. I want to do this one too. Good stuff here. I need to share this today, maybe. All right, so North Florida, Alabama, Georgia, southern areas. It's only tracked to 2009, but still gives you the idea. This is more like upper Florida into Georgia, Alabama, showing you La Nina had more tornado events than El Nino. Then we go to El Nino, which we're going into. And El Nino for the Florida Peninsula basically has a lot more tornado events than in the La Nina years. And that's this area right here, this middle one. Weak El Nino, mild El Nino and strong El Nino, obviously the storms increase more the stronger the El Nino is. So that's interesting, right? So bottom line, with El Nino, we could have a stormy March and April across the Florida Peninsula based on history. And that's a lot of it to do with the jet stream pattern. And this is what we remember. Remember the tornadoes, unfortunately, that we had in the 90s across Florida? And these are just tracks of EF2s and November to April. So everything shifts down during El Nino. I'm glad you brought that up, Mike Anderson, because I forgot about that to talk about it. All right. This is our only live. We're going to Daytona, right? Show this crazy time of the year. I don't do a lot. Josh, 100% Josh, email mikesweatherpage@gmail.com because Phil and them might be picking up their truck today. And Rachel is ready to go to some car shows. And I told her I would go with her because I've never been to a car show. I have a 69 Mustang. I bought 00. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's definitely La Nina pattern for the hurricane season, which is good for you all down there. If you look at strong years of El Ninos, 23 was one of them. Let's take a look. 23 was our last strong El Nino. And we had Idalia that year. But this is typically what you see in El Nino years. All that wind shear just shuts things down across the Caribbean here. Now, not for Idalia, and not for Michael, and not for storms here, but this area gets shut down. 18 was another year that was an El Nino year. And you can see what I'm talking about. Same setup. Look at this. Same setup, 18, nothing, but something here and something here. So typically, the reason El Nino is we have a lot of wind shear through this region. Doesn't mean we can't have stuff here. Doesn't mean we can't have stuff here. It just means this area usually is weaker. And less storms because of that. But who cares how many named storms we have if we only have one, right? 23, there's the fourth largest hurricane season on record. Only one storm hit the U.S. that year that people remember. And that was Idalia. So you can have a lot of storms, 22 storms. Don't hit anybody. Who cares? Everybody wants to know how many names we're going to get. Well, who cares? We had 22 storms in 23, but only one hit the U.S. People remember, and that was Idalia. Harold was a weak tropical storm, went to Texas. I actually flew out there because I was so bored that week. I'm like, I'm going to go to Texas. But, so, anyway, we'll see. El Nino. And the signs are that we're going to be in a strong El Nino. We can look at some long-range stuff here. Let's look at some long-range modeling on temperatures for water temps with tropical tidbits. We can look at the SIPS models. Go to a 3-month here. Let's take a look at the 3-month anomalies. Here is obviously where we're at. And watch how fast things warm up. Here's April. So look at this. February, April. Already back warmer than normal. The shallow shelf warms up very quick. But these water anomalies are still warm. Oh my God, that can't be right. Are you kidding me? That's got to be a glitch. There's no way it jumps from April to May like that. Well, maybe it does. Here's July, August, September. Ah, man, it's all screwed up. Let's go to those. This is a lot more realistic. All right. So here's March water anomalies. Anything orange and yellow is above normal. Here's April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So anyway, they're expecting the waters to be above normal. Wonder why the SIPS is all messed up. Here's your 3-month average. This is pretty much the months we worry about. July, August, September. Right there. So above normal. Precipitation models are weird. I don't really believe them. They change all the time. Here's your April. I don't know. I mean, there's July, then nothing. I mean, I don't know. There's October. I don't really buy into these long range stuff anymore because it only takes one. Hey, I'm glad I looked at the ads today. Oh my God, remember the other day there was a weird ad over there. Okay, anyway, so I'll be busy. One day will be, it is warm. Ian, good observation there. Yeah, overall, the water's still warm. We get these shallow spells, but the overall anomalies are still above normal, especially in the middle part of the Gulf. The middle part of the Gulf is still quite warm. Let's go to U.S. Boom, boom, boom. So parts of the Gulf here with the Gulf Stream, it's 5 degrees above normal right now. 4 degrees. This is above 30-year normals, but this is that's pretty. Obviously it's freezing on the coast. 10 degrees. It doesn't even go. It stops at 9. At 9 is the threshold. Look at the coastal waters. It is freezing, 9 degrees. But it's shallow. It's shallow water. This hot water will spill into this soon enough. And look at that hot water just waiting to invade. That's 5.5 degrees above normal for this time of year. That's just what I've seen over the years. It's going to come back quick. Here's your ocean current map showing you the Gulf Stream and why it's warm up here. But that water will eventually start filling in. And once we get these temperatures back, we're going to be dealing with 80s. Look at your anomaly maps here. I was looking at the time 15 minutes ago. I'm like, I don't know what else to say. And now it's like already 10 o'clock. So I did good. But your temperature anomaly maps here kind of showing you where we're at. Anything orange and yellow and white is above normal. And this is going basically through next week. Here's that big old warm spell Tuesday. I mean, that is some hot air over Michigan. So the Great Lakes probably will start drying up. Here's the 18th next week. We might have a front coming, but look at that hot air. This is the 21st. No greens, no purples, no blues. Look at this. This is the 24th. Oh, this is going to be heating up that water. Look at that. This goes out. We might not even see a cold front until the end of the month. Maybe one coming here, but that's so far away. So warm air is coming. Daily highs. We're going to see. Let's do the southeast here. Next week really gets warm. Look at that. This is next Thursday, the 19th. We got 80s in Texas, Louisiana, all the way middle part of Georgia there. These are 80s. Middle 80s. The following Saturday, we're seeing an 87 somewhere. 80s all the way up to Tennessee. So not really seeing any big cool downs coming. Hey, like that. So anyway, that's about it. Yeah, we're down to 1 day a week. Next week, might be 2 next week. No, Friday, no, just 1 day. So Daytona this week coming up. Watch for our car number 38 in the Saturday race, and then Florida Man Games following week. Definitely invite y'all to sign up for that. They're always a lot of fun down at the Freedom Factory week from Saturday. And that's about it. A little chilly out there today. So, cool. All right. James Ford. That was Luke Bryan's song. So, well, anyway, thanks for watching. And this is on replay, so we'll see if anybody keeps up embedded on the website. And we'll see you next Monday. We'll have Daytona to talk about Monday. And see how the race went. And see if it verified with storms. We had storms Let me see if I can pull it up. We had a nasty line of storms. I think it was last February. Can't remember. Let me pull up February pictures here. Because I got some crazy... Oh, Talladega got a lot of storms too in October. But if I remember right, I think we had the storms last December. Let me see here. Or February. Let's see if I got the rain. I can't remember what day it was that we got the... Oh, there's one right there. This was this was last year's Daytona race. I felt so bad, but that was the story of so many people in Daytona last year. Tents collapsing. Not fun. Hell, man. And then October last year, Talladega had storms, and we rode on there the next morning, and hell, man, they had terrible damages in the infield of Talladega. So the storm follows me. Let's see if I can find it. I think it was Saturday night. There we go. Here's some pictures. Look at this. This was Saturday or Sunday morning after. Look at this. That was everybody's tents in Talladega were tore apart the next morning. So it's a thing. It's a thing with NASCAR and Daytona and Talladega. Robert, we missed you, buddy. We thought about you actually, man. So there you go. All right. Hey, we see you guys soon. All right. Have a great day. Did you get to watch my Fox from yesterday? Had a really good interview on Fox. We did, I showed a lot of classic pictures of the girls back when they were young. So, all right.